With the 1-year anniversary of Smash Ultimate passing somewhat recently, as well as the second edition of the PGRU dropping, alongside announcements that it would be changing to a top 100 ranking, I thought it would be fun to take a look at the final rankings released for Smash 4, the PGR 100, and compare all the players on the list to where they're at today. I'm going to start at the bottom of the list and work my way up to number 1. Timestamps will be in the description. Let's get started. Number 100. Starting out at the bottom of the list, we have the only female representative and our first Canadian on the PGR 100, SuperGirlKels. Resident of Montreal, Kels was known for her aggressive style of Sonic and had some amazing wins on players like Esam, Mr. R, and Ally. In Ultimate, she continues to keep up Sonic and is always entertaining to watch. On the most recent Montreal Power Ranking, she is ranked number 6. Be sure to keep a lookout for her at big events. Number 99. Like SGK, who we just talked about, I'm is a talented player who unfortunately never made a top 50 in Smash 4, but thankfully was recognized on the all-time ranking for his tremendous skill. In Smash 4, I'm was one of the most talented Shikimans to do it, placing an impressive 4th place on the final Japanese power rankings. Moving on to Ultimate, the Tokyo native has kept up a high level of play, trading in Sheik for the newcomer Joker. On the most recent PGRU, I'm has managed to place within Area 51 and 30th on the most recent Japanese power rankings. At number 98, we have Eon, one of SoCal's top foxes. Eon's a talent who ended his Smash 4 career in an all-around great spot, finishing top 10 all-time in SoCal, one of the best regions in the world, as well as making it here onto the PGR 100. He wins on countless top players, including but not limited to Tweak, Void, Larry Lure, and Kimura Kiri. In Ultimate, he continues to keep his fox nearby, but has also opted to pick up Joker, keeping him a top threat in SoCal, placing 7th on the most recent PR. Number 97, we have another Smash 4 fox. Kuro is an interesting case for sure. While he never made a PGR top 50 in Smash 4, like most of the players we just talked about, he was ranked 29th on the final Smash 4 Japanese power rankings. But since moving on to Ultimate, Kuro has switched out the Fox for Rizeasu Samus, and he's been having tons of success. Netting wins on players like Zackray, Ken, Rido, and T, this man has leveled up hard, jumping from 40th to 6th on the most recent Japan player rankings and 18th on the PGRU Fall 2019. He is not a player you want to sleep on. At number 96, we have the first Smash 4 Meta Knight on the list. Sho, formerly known as DSS, is a player who I actually had the opportunity to play against at GOML 2018. He's a super nice guy and an amazing player. Hailing from NorCal, Sho is a consistent threat at big tournaments, beating players like the Buzz, Shuton, and Renai. And while he's currently unranked in NorCal, he still interacts with Smash from time to time, and as far as I can tell, he still plays Meta Knight and Game & Watch. He's recently been taking a hiatus, and he's commented that he left Smash so that he could put all of his time and energy into becoming a programmer, and I wish him the best as he finishes up his degree at UC Berkeley. Number 95. One of the most impressive glow-ups on the list is none other than the best Ultimate Mario main, Dark Wizzy. At number 95 on the list, Wizzy was one of the best Marios in Smash 4, but failed to make a PGR top 50. But he had solid wins in the game nonetheless, taking names like Esam, Light, Wadi, and many more. Wizzy vowed to become the best Mario in the world, and in Ultimate, he's achieved this goal, shooting up to 22 on the most recent PGRU, although his ceiling is likely much higher. With his work ethic, entertaining Twitter personality, one of the best as well as one of the most technical Peaches in Smash 4, Umeki finished at number 94 on the PGR 100. The quote-unquote original Daisy player, Umeki used Peach's orange skin in Smash 4, but has since evolved to playing Daisy in Ultimate. In terms of his Smash 4 legacy, he finished 26th on the latest Japanese power rankings. He had amazing wins, but he never quite made a top 50. He beat people like Ken, Kirihara, Nietsuno, and famously landed the Peach Infinite on Void, which was later dubbed the Umeki Rainbow, albeit in a friendly at Genesis. In Ultimate, Peach, and in Umeki's case Daisy, is a much stronger character, and Umeki has been a prime example of this, netting a spot at number 35 on the most recent PGRU, while he continues to bolster strong results, both in Japan and in the USA. At number 93, formerly known as Chanshu, Smash 4 Ryu player Kuwa's claim to fame comes from wins on players like Larry Lure, Renai, and Ally, cementing himself as a top Ryu. Ranking 93rd on the PGR 100 and placing on multiple Japan power rankings, today he's moved from one fighter to another, picking up the DLC character Terry. While Kuwa still plays Smash, he has a YouTube channel where he streams a really good amount. He's been attending locals, but unfortunately he hasn't quite reached his Smash 4 success quite yet. Hopefully we'll see him have a breakout performance soon. The third fox on the list is longtime Smash veteran Xzax. While he also has a prolific Brawl career, we're not going to be focusing on Brawl in this video and only talking about Smash 4. One of the top US Fox players in Smash 4, Xzax was a strong presence early into the game, notably being one of the first to take a set off of Zero, who at the time was thought to be near unbeatable. Xzax did, however, eventually put Smash on the back burner to focus more on real life stuff, but his strength as a player got him onto the very first PGR, ranking 39, and of course getting 92nd here on the all-time list. In Ultimate, Xzax has opted to pick up Inkling, and while not being on the PGR, he's been ranked 5th in NorCal and 11th in SoCal within the game's lifespan. And he's traveling to many big events, so be sure to keep a lookout for him. Alright, if you were a fan of Smash 4 doubles, you know who Pugwest is. The first time I saw Pug play was at Genesis 3 doubles, where him and his brother Mars made a name for themselves by putting Zero and Nairo into losers. This Marth specialist from New England had a solid Smash 4 career, finishing at number 39 on the PGR V2, and had wins on players like Anti, Mars, and Tweak. In Ultimate, Pugwest continues to stick with the Falchion, playing Lucina and keeping Martha as a secondary, and he remains a consistent threat in New England, but he hasn't quite made a name for himself on the national level quite yet. Number 90, we have another player who's been in the Smash scene for quite some time. The next player on this list is none other than Masashi. Now, Masashi was a top Japanese player in both Melee and Brawl, maining Fox and Marth in the GameCube edition and Pit in the Wii edition, and he continued to show impressive amounts of prowess moving into Smash 4. In the Wii U title, Cloud was his tool of choice, and while his only recognition on the PGR came in the form of a 98th place ranking here on the PGR 100, he won a handful of tournaments in Japan and had overall strong placings all through his career, finishing 15th on the final countrywide power rankings. Now, transitioning into Ultimate, Masashi chose to keep up with Cloud while also picking up Lucina. And while he's yet to be on an Ultimate PGRU, Masashi keeps up his identity as a high-level player, recently being ranked 27th on the Japanese player rankings and finishing 25th at the S-tier EVO Japan. 89. The one and only representative from the United Kingdom on the PGR 100, Ixis was England's best Smash 4 player, as well as top 3 within Europe. With domination over his country, as well as netting wins on players like Isam and Glutonny, Ixis was a top threat at many European tournaments. In Ultimate, Ixis has expressed dislike with Sonic and has picked up Wolf instead, and while not currently ranked in the UK or on the PGR, he's still an active member of the Smash community. Number 88, we have one of the players that actually inspired me to make this video. It's none other than the young Japanese prodigy Zackray. When the PGR 100 came out, Zackray admittedly was a name that was unfamiliar to me, but taking a look at his resume shortly after his placing on the list, he was more than justified at his spot. Considered the best corn in Japan, this young man earned wins on Ken, Aodango, Kirihara, Su, and many other top Japanese players. In fact, Zackray's rise is so incredible that he went from being ranked 101st in Japan to 8th in the country in one season. The youngest player to ever be PGR'd, it was obvious that this kid was a prodigy, and in Ultimate he's proven this even more, being ranked 12th on the first PGRU and 7th on the most recent. In Ultimate, Zackray plays a myriad of characters and is currently ranked number 1 on the Japanese player rankings. 87, we have the second Meta Knight on the list. Rags is a player from Virginia who had somewhat of a late blooming Smash 4 career, making his first MGVA ranking in March of 2017, but making it onto the top 5 of that PR every season since. In terms of national performance, Rags had wins on top players such as Ally, Waddy, Captain Zack, and Cosmos, and made his first PGR on the 5th edition, finishing 40th. In Ultimate, while his Twitter handle remains RagsMK, he no longer plays Meta Knight and appears to play Inkling, Greninja, Joker, and Donkey Kong. And while not currently ranked in MDVA, he was ranked for the first 3 seasons. Next player on the list is somewhat of a Fire Emblem phenom, one of the best players of Corn and Ike in Smash 4, the owner of Smash Crew DMG. Michigan's Ryuga was a strong force all throughout Smash 4, netting wins on the likes of Ally, Cosmos, Larry Lurr, among others. In terms of rankings, Ryuga was a consistent top player in Michigan throughout Smash 4's lifespan, and broke out on the PGRV4, earning the number 45 spot. In Ultimate, Ryuga continues to play Ike and is considered the best Ike in the USA, while also playing Robin, Hero, as well as showing significant interest in newcomer Byleth. Ryuga's impressive play got him picked up by the Team Renegades and a spot at number 33 on the Spring edition of the PGRU 2019. Number 85. Member of the Deadly Alliance and Pac-Man loyalist, New York Sinji was the best Pac-Man in Smash 4, earning that title by being the only Pac-Man to ever be PGR'd, aside from Abadango, who kept Pac-Man as a secondary during the first PGR season. Living in the stacked region of New York, Sinji impressively remained ranked in the region, with his lowest rank being 7th, with a peak of 2nd. Additionally, Sinji was ranked 48th on the PGRV5, and in Ultimate, he continues his high-level Pac-Man play, with wins on players like Cosmos, Void, and Rivers. And he was recognized for his high level at 25th on the Spring edition of the PGRU. the best Shulk in the world in more game than one, Kome is the next competitor on the list. In the Wii U version of Smash, Kome impressively had incredible results with what was considered a D-tier character at the time, making him 14th on the final Japan power ranking. With wins on Tweak, Komurikiri, and Shuton, this Monado wielder was an international threat. In Ultimate, Kome continues to outdo his impressive Smash 4 resume, continuing to use Shulk, as he slices his way onto 9th place on the Japan player rankings, as well as a fresh 25th spot on the Fall PGRU 2019. In addition, he recently took 2nd place at EVO Japan 2020, and it is clear this man's future is bright. At 83, we have one of the best Nesses in both Brawl and Smash 4. Shaky ended his Wii U career with an 83rd place finish on the PGR 100, at his peak being ranked 16th in the world. Shaky's early Smash 4 career was very impressive, with placings like 7th at CEO 2015, 9th at EVO 2015, and wins like Ally, ESAM, and MVD. Shaky's Smash 4 results were far from his namesake. Moving on to Ultimate. The NorCal Ness main, who was formerly number 1 and consistently top 5, appears to have taken a little bit of a hiatus from the game, ranking 6th on the first NorCal Ultimate PR and placing an impressive 33rd at Genesis 6, which appears to be one of the last events he attended. On his Twitter, there doesn't appear to be a statement about him taking a break, so the current whereabouts of Shaky, at least to me, are a mystery. Shogun, another Brawl veteran on the list. This man had a very prolific Smash 4 career. After his Brawl main Snake was removed in Smash 4, Shogun opted to play Fox instead, and play Fox did he ever, beating top players like Abadango, Choco, and Earth, and earning a spot at 23rd on the Japan player rankings. Shogun made a name for himself as a Fox to watch out for. In Ultimate, Shogun's old main returned, and he has since swapped back to using Snake. On the most recent Japan player ranking, he's moved up to 22 from 24 and has defeated players like Cosmos, Kameme, and Rido, and recently finished 17th at the S tier EVO Japan 2020. The best game to watch in the world, and another incredible glow up from Smash 4, is Maister. Now, Maister is an amazing example of character loyalty paying off, as in Smash 4 he was using Game & Watch, who was ranked in the D tier, and he impressively beat players like Mistake, Mars, and ESAM, and even managed to rank number 44 on the PGRP 5. But in Ultimate, Maister's loyalty to Game & Watch has paid off for him, as he's leveled up insanely hard, now earning a spot at number 6 in the world on the PGRU Fall 2019. Known somewhat infamously, and being ranked on the PGR V2, the Florida Lucario Day is the next player on this list. Most notably known for his win on Zero, Day notably relinquished access of his Twitter account until he top-8'd another major after witnessing Sue's incredible performance at Frostbite 2017. However, Vows upheld this vow, as he has yet to top-8 another major, and in Ultimate he appears to not compete anymore. Although, after Tami made a statement involving Captain Zack, Ally, and Manny, Day broke his promise to stay off Twitter to defend his friend Manny, and that was on March 23, 2019, which has been almost a year ago, and he's still not made use of Twitter. The second Canadian on this list, BC resident and Pikachu main, Captain L makes his way into the next spot on the PGR 100. While not known as well for the first part of his Smash 4 career, Captain L had an extremely strong end to his Smash Wii U days. 17th at Gomo 2018, 7th at SmashCon 2018, and GTX 2018, as well as earning wins on Leo, Tweak, and Mars, Captain L earned an impressive 36 on the PGR V5, solidifying himself as a top player. Moving into Ultimate, the Captain continues to electrocute his opponents, earning a spot at number 50 on the first PGRU, as well as nabbing the number 4 spot on the British Columbia Power Rankings, as well as a number 4 spot on the Smash Canada Rankings. Number 78, another name on the list that may not be known to many. On the final power rankings for Japan, this Rosalina player jumped from being number 48 to 10th in the country. Atelier's Rosalina was one of the best, beating players like Ken, Abadango, and Renai. And while he never traveled outside Japan, his skill was recognized by earning a spot here on the PGR 100. In Ultimate, he's turned in the duo of Rosalina and Luma for the trio of Pokemon Trainer, and he's kept up top level play, earning a spot at number 28 on the Japan player rankings. One of only 2 Ike players to make the PGR 100, and hailing from the region of Florida, Ryo is the next player on the list. Now, Ryo is another great example of a character loyalist. Ryo played Ike since Brawl and was known as one of the top Ike players in the USA, and in Smash 4 he kept his top level name by beating players like Anti, ESAM, and Etsuji. Now, Ryo is no stranger to the PGR, as he was ranked several times, 3 times to be exact, and in Ultimate he continues to play Ike at the highest level, but he's yet to attend any huge events. But with his reputation as a top Ike player, I would not be surprised if he made some waves at a big event coming sometime soon. One of the prides of the Pacific Northwest, Konga DK slams his way onto the next spot as one of the best Donkey Kongs in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. This man had wins on MK Leo, Tweak, Anti, and was ranked number 30 on the PGR V4. These are some of the highlights of this man's career. Konga started his Ultimate career out hot as well, taking third at Don't Park in the Grass, but recently Konga has shown distaste for Ultimate, and at one point even about to quit. Although he did attend Congo Saga recently, and a monthly on February 2nd, so maybe there's still a little bit of passion there and he'll stick around for a little bit longer. Number 75 we have SH. Take away the Ogen and you get Sh, or SH, who is also from Japan and also plays Fox. And he's another player on the list from Japan that actually never left the country. SH managed to boast impressive wins from Japanese talent like Abadango, Shuton, and Renai. And that was enough for him to get onto the PGR 100. And in Ultimate, he continues to play, but he swapped in the Fox for Greninja, Palutena, and Rob. Hailing from the Mii Prefecture, SH has won the only event hosted there and continues to enjoy Ultimate. Javi. One half of one of the best doubles teams in the world and probably the best team to ever come out of Mexico, Javi managed to nab wins on many top players throughout his career. His cousin Leo, Ally, Mars are just a few, but with his Sheik and Cloud as his tools of choice, he managed to get onto the PGR V3 ranked 44, and in his prime, he was actually ranked number 1 in Mexico. Nowadays, Javi opts to use Wolf and Lucina instead and continues to be a top threat in Mexico, although he's yet to make waves on the international stage quite yet. Another Brawl veteran and one half of Rush Hour Smash, False is the next competitor on the list. While most known for his high quality content creation, this Smash 4 Sheik and Marth was ranked number 35 on the PGR V1 and number 41 on the V2. And he had wins in players like Leo, Tweak, and Esam. This man even had a 2GG saga named after him, where he became the closest person to breaking the 2GG curse, but he ended up taking second place to Tyrant after being one game away from winning Grand Finals. In Ultimate, False chooses to play Wolf, and while he hasn't quite reached the same competitive heights as he did in Smash 4, he continues to create amazing content for the community, and hopefully we get that Brawl Dog soon, eh? Number 72, the best Toon Link in the world and resident of Nagoya, Japan, Sigma is the next player on this list. While he only traveled to the USA once to attend 2GG Hyrule Saga, Sigma's Smash 4 resume consists mostly of Japanese wins, including Kamurakiri, Isam, Hikaru, along with finishing 12th on the final Japanese power rankings. This Triforce wielder is not somebody you want to be messing with, as in Ultimate, he continues to play Toon Link at the top level, along with his newly minted secondary Piranha Plant, and he recently took number 24 on the Japanese player rankings and 17th at EVO Japan 2020. Number 71, part of the Bayo Nation and hailing from Gifu, Japan, Ikep heel slides his way onto the list. Ikep was one of the best Bayos in Smash 4, claiming wins on Ally, Kome, and Shuton, and finished 22nd on the final Japanese power rankings. In Ultimate, Ikep switched to playing Daisy instead and keeps an Inkling and Mii Sword Fighter as secondaries, and while he's currently unranked, he continues to compete at a high level in Japan. Another amazing tale of character loyalty paying off. France's Glutonny has been a staple in the Smash scene since Brawl, sticking with Wario throughout his whole career. Gluto was the best Wario in Smash 4 and the number 1 player in France, donning his resume with wins like Anti, Kome, and Mars, just to name a few. Jumping to Ultimate, Gluto remains not only a top European threat, but one of the best players in the world, as he was recently ranked 8th on the PGR V2, and with the speed at which Gluto's been taking names, the bike riding bad boy stop is nowhere in sight. 69. One of the 5 gods of Melee, former number 1 in Brawl and Melee at the same time, Mewtwo continued to pave his legacy as one of the best players in the world as he entered Smash 4. Being ranked top 30 on both V1 and V2 of the PGR, as well as being the early training partner of the best player in the world, Zero, M2K showed his prowess across the franchise and is perhaps one of the best players to ever touch a controller. And while Mewtwo doesn't compete seriously in Ultimate, he produces a ton of Ultimate content on the MVG League YouTube channel alongside Salem. Jack of plenty of characters and master of many, Rizeasu, I'm actually not sure how to pronounce it, is Japan's next representative on this list. Playing a plethora of characters in the Wii U version, Rizeasu continues to play a large chunk of the cast in Ultimate. In the previous edition of the game, he's ranked 25th in Japan with wins like Choco, Ron, and T, and in Ultimate, he keeps up high level play and continues to place very well in Japan, but has yet to make his overseas debut. Number 67. One of the flashiest players on this list, SoCal's CharlieDaKing, is the next guy I'm going to be talking about here. Maining Fox and Bayo, Charlie's impressive wins, like Abdango, Nakat, and Kameme, managed to get him this high placing on the PGR 100, without being ranked on any of the previous 5 editions. although Charlie was ranked 6th all-time on SoCal PR. In Ultimate, Charlie plays Wolf and continues to be one of the best players on the West Coast, grabbing 4th on the SoCal PR and finishing 9th at Genesis 7. And might I say, this man has one of the sickest Wolves I've ever seen. Another top player with a historical career, Rain from Tokyo has been one of the best in every game since Melee. In Smash 4, Rain proved himself as a top player in Japan by winning 4 Umaburas in a row and dominating with his top tier character choices. Rain finished 9th at EVO 2015, cementing himself as one of the best players to come out of Japan and finished 26th on the PGR V1. In Ultimate, Rain hasn't quite found his footing yet and ascended to his former level of play, but with his impressive track record, I would not be surprised if he had his Ultimate breakout very soon. Another Brawl veteran and one of the first players to make waves with Ryu, Texas's Trela is the next player on this list. In Smash 4, Trela's Ryu was at one point the best in the world, beating Zero, Leo, and Esam, getting him onto the PGR 3 times, peaking at 25th on V1. After 2GGC Civil War, however, Trela announced that he would be retiring from competitive Smash 4, but ended up returning 7 months later, although he didn't travel as much. And in Ultimate, Trela plays DLC fighters Banjo and Kazooie as well as Hero, keeping a strong Ridley as a secondary. And he remains one of Texas's best players, although he hasn't traveled quite enough to make his name on the national level. One of SoCal's finest and another Brawl veteran, Tyrant is the next player on the list. Playing Meta Knight in both Brawl and PM, Tyrant continued to have faith in MK moving into Smash 4, becoming one of the best Meta Knights very quickly, finishing 22nd on the first PGR and 34th on the second, as well as finishing 11th all-time in the stacked region of SoCal. Tyrant earned wins on Leo, DeBuzz, and Larry Lure. This man's skill is unquestionable, and as he moved on to Ultimate, Tyrant won the first MSM in SoCal, and while he keeps Meta Knight as a secondary, he now chooses to play Palutena and Joker instead. Formerly known as Edge, Etsuji from the Kanto region of Japan is the next player on the list. Considered one of the best Brawl players to come out of Japan, Etsuji continued his high level of play going to Smash 4. With strong Japanese results and a few overseas tournaments, Etsuji earned himself 11th on the final Japanese power rankings and 47th on the PGR V4. Moving into Ultimate, however, Etsuji continues to be a top threat, finishing 34th on the PGR V2 and 19th on the Japanese player rankings with his surgical Lucina. Another player with a long history of tournament results, K9S Bruce, or K9 for short, has been playing since Melee. In Smash 4, K9 had a very impressive resume, finishing first on the Las Vegas power rankings at one point. 7th all-time in Southern California, netting wins on Larry, Void, and Mars. Throughout his Smash 4 career, he was PGR ranked 3 times, 27 on V1, 48 on V4, and 63 all-time. In Ultimate, K9 continues to be a competitive threat, trading in his Smash 4 Diddy Kong for Ultimate's Wolf, and he recently finished 11th on the December 2019 Southern California power ranking. Next up, we have another player to come out of SoCal, one of the best Mario mains in the world. Zenyou was ranked 4th all-time in his region, and had wins on players like Nairo, Samsora, and Void. With his explosive combos, Zenyou had a reputation for being one of the flashiest Marios, and made it onto the PGR 3 times as well, finishing 49th on V4, 43 on V5, and finally 61 here on the PGR 100. In Ultimate, Zenyou continues to be one of the coolest Marios and is currently 15th in SoCal and has taken sets off of top players like Cosmos, Luis, and Nico. Here at the 60th spot, we have a player from Maryland who has also been in the scene for a long time. Pink Fresh played Lucas in Brawl, PM, and Smash 4, but when Bayo was released, he switched to her. Seeing immense success with the character, Pink even had a 2GG saga named after him where he finished 17th. Pink Fresh was also ranked 30th on the PGR V1 and 24th on V2, as well as being ranked many times in the MDVA, placing as high as 1st. In Ultimate, Pink Fresh opts to use Zero Suit Samus and maintains a ranked threat in MDVA, but is yet to make a breakout performance on the national stage. Hailing from Georgia, a polarizing figure in the community, Sonic player Wrath is the next player we got here. One of the best Sonics in the world, Wrath took sets off of Ally, Esam, and Mr. R to name a few, earning him spots at 43 on the PGR V2 as well as 29 on the PGR V5. In Ultimate, Wrath continues down the Sonic path and continues to see success, earning him the 2nd place spot on the Georgia Ultimate PR, as well as being credited with Area 51 on the Fall 2019 PGRU, showing that this young gun hasn't lost his touch. As of writing this, Wrath had a breakthrough in Ultimate, finishing top 8 at Frostbite 2020, and continues to see great success. one half of one of the most prolific doubles teams of all time, and the only Lucas to be ranked on the PGR 100, Taiheita is one of the best Lucas players to pick up the controller, taking names like Abadango, Mars, and Renai, and earning himself a spot at 49 on the PGR V2, as well as finishing 9th on the first edition of the Japanese Power Rankings. Taiheita's exciting Lucas is always a blast to watch. While he announced his retirement on March 24th, 2018 to focus on school, he announced on October 31st, 2019 that he's ready to return to competition in Ultimate, and he's going to continue using Lucas as his main. One of, if not the best Mario players in Japan, while also keeping one of the strongest Luigi and Yoshis in the country, Chugoku Ron is the next player on this list. One of the best Wi-Fi players in the country, Ron was a consistent top 8 contender at real-life tournaments as well, taking names like Mr. R, Kamiri Kiri, and Renai. In Ultimate, Ron continues to play Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi, with Yoshi probably being his most frequently used character. And he recently ranked 26th on the Japanese player rankings and 50th on the Fall 2019 edition of the PGRU. He continues to be a threat in the Switch version of Smash, and he's definitely someone you gotta keep your eyes open for. One of the earliest Smash 4 content creators, Nevada's Foe was the best solo Ness in the world, dominating the early Las Vegas Smash scene and placing 5th at Genesis 3, 7th at EVO 2015, and even earning a 2GG saga named after him. Foe's explosive Ness got him wins on players like Esam, Void, Mars, and even a spot at 12th on the PGR V1. Later in his career, Foe took a little bit of a hiatus, but eventually returned, getting 50th on the PGR V3. In Ultimate, Foe continues to dominate, earning the number 1 spot on the first 2 Vegas PRs, but he hasn't quite reached the national level of success that he had in Smash 4. Hailing from Illinois, Tyroy was considered a top threat at Midwest Smash 4 events, and later on into his career across the nation. Earning wins on Nairo, Esam, and Abadango, this Meta Knight turned Bayonetta main made waves towards the end of the Smash 4 career, ranking 40th on the PGR V4 and then 39th on V5. In Ultimate, Tyroy opts to use Joker and Pichu as his tools of choice, and currently stays ranked in Chicago, but has yet to break out onto the national scene quite yet. Rivers, formerly known in Smash 4 as Shoyo James, played Diddy in the Wii U edition of the game and was one of the best in America, earning wins on Tweak, Ally, and earning placements like 7th at Apex 2016, ranking 42nd on the PGR V4 and 35 on V5. He was one of Tri-State's finest. In Ultimate, Rivers has leveled up hard and mains Chrom now, one of the best in the world, and he even earned a rank of 3rd in Tri-State as well as 18th on the Spring PGRU 2019, and has earned wins on Tweak, DeBuzz, and Cosmos. Next up, we have another top American Diddy Kong, who also happened to go through a tag change. Aaron, formerly known as Dyer, was one of the best Diddies in the US. With wins on Salem, Abadango, and Mars, he earned a spot at number 37 on the PGR V2 and later on 39 on the PGR V4. Consistently dominant in his home region of CFL, Aaron had somewhat of a late blooming Smash 4 career, but an amazing one nonetheless, earning a high spot here on the PGR 100. In Ultimate, Aaron still sometimes plays Diddy, but also plays Inkling, Wolf, and Banjo and Kazooie. He's currently ranked 3rd in Central Florida. One of the best Smash 4 Mewtwo's in the world, and Brawl Olimar, Rich Brown had a very strong Smash 4 career. Taking names like DeBuzz, Abadango, and Captain Zack, the results earned him a spot at number 23 on the PGR V2 and 38 on V3. Adding on to his impressive resume, Rich also made rank 9 on the all-time power rankings in Southern California. In Ultimate, Rich Brown returned to his Brawl main of Olimar and continues to play the game, but has not quite reached his national peaks quite yet. One of the best Mega Man players in Smash 4, and famously known for his use of the Wiimote and Nunchuck, this Georgia resident made the PGR 4 times, peaking at number 31 on V2. With wins on players like Tweak, DeBuzz, and MVD, Scat was clearly one of Georgia's finest. And in Ultimate, he continues his hot play, being ranked number 41 on the PGR Spring 2019 and at 40th on the Fall 2019 edition. We're finally at the halfway spot and slicing into the 50th spot of the PGR 100. It's none other than Chicago's very own Ned. One of the best clouds in the US, Ned had wins on Zero, Void, and Larry Lurr. 50 on the PGR V2, 37 on V3, and 47 on V5, Ned was a consistent finisher on the PGR, and he's keeping this trend up in Ultimate. Switching in Cloud for Pokemon Trainer, Ned recently finished at 37 on the PGRU Fall 2019, and has managed to take wins on players like Mars, Esam, and Nairo. Naruto, also known as Tyrell, or Nakat, was one of the most explosive personalities in the early days of Smash 4 and a top Brawl vet. With one of the most popular streams upon the game's release, Nakat was more than just a Twitch personality, finishing on the PGR 4 times. Nakat was a high-level player with his Fox Nest Pikachu combo, and at one point even getting sponsored by CLG, making up one of the greatest Smash 4 teams of all time, along with Void. Nakat's Smash career also goes outside the game, becoming a Nintendo brand ambassador, and at one point even partnering up with Disney to produce Smash 4 content on Disney XD. In Ultimate, Nakat continues his pattern of top appearances with a spot at number 26 on the Spring PGRU 2019, with wins on players like Nairo, Rivers, and Mr. R, with his new main, Pichu. Number 48, we have the Ape of the East. Hikaru is the highest ranking solo DK player on the PGR 100, taking names like Void, Abadango, and Mr. R throughout his career. Hikaru earned himself a spot at number 36 on the PGR V3, as well as placing frequently within the top 15 in Japan. In Ultimate, however, Hikaru shows that he's more than adept with just the Dong, using Pokemon Trainer as his new weapon of choice, with many secondaries. With a spot at 8th in Japan and 41st in the Fall 29 PGRU, it's clear that Hikaru is a beast that remains an international threat to this day. AC, also known as Armando, was a top Meta Knight player with a strong Falco secondary. Residing in Southern California, AC consistently performed well at 2GG events and finished 13th all-time in the region. Earning wins on MK Leo, Ken, and Void, AC cemented himself onto 4 editions of the PGR, peaking at number 38 in the world. And in Ultimate, AC continues to play Falco and Meta Knight, but chooses Snake primarily in the tournament setting, and remains at the power ranking level in Southern California, finishing at 10th on the last season that he was ranked. The only Link player on this list, as well as the best Link in the world in more than one game. Triforce wielder T is up next. While only being PGR ranked once prior to the PGR 100, at 32nd on V3, T had a plethora of success in Smash 4, taking sets off players like Ally, Ken, and Kome. T's breakout tournament, of course, was netting 3rd at 2GG Civil War, one of the most stacked tournaments of all time, not just in Smash 4, but within all of Smash Bros. History. In Ultimate, T has held his ground as the world's best Link, as well as one of the game's best players, period. Finishing at 47th on the Spring Edition of PGRU, he has recently jumped to 15th in the world on the Fall Edition, and was recently picked up by the team Wii. Secret, formerly known as SDX, was a Mewtwo player who broke out onto the scene relatively late, only being ranked at 27th on the PGR 5, making a name for himself by beating players like Ally, Salem, and Kome. One of upstate New York's best players, he had a hot start to Ultimate, finishing 7th at Genesis 6 and getting a win on Abadango in the process. This was enough to get him a spot in Area 51 on the Spring 2019 PGRU, but he took a hiatus shortly after and has yet to return to the game. Tied for first on the 2014 Super Smash Bros. Brawl rank, the best Brawl X-Climber players in the world, QB remained a prominent threat heading into Smash 4. Peaking at 23 on the PGR, QB was consistently a top threat in Japan and had wins on many top players like Elegant, Abadango, and Mars with his Bayonetta. While Ultimate was in development, QB served as a playtester with 2 other players who we're going to talk about later on the list, and as such does not compete in the Switch version of the game, but hopefully someday we'll see the return of this series vet. Alright, next up we have another amazing glow up from Smash 4. It's none other than Light. One of the best and flashiest Fox players in the world, Light's explosive playstyle netted him wins on players like Tweak, DeBuzz, and Nairo. Consistently the number 1 in Connecticut, Light leveled up very fast, shooting from 47th on the PGR V4 to 13th on V5. However, if you're an Ultimate fan, you know that seeing Light that high is no surprise, as he finished at number 10 on both the Spring PGRU 2019 and on the Fall Edition, and he's a household name these days. Another Brawl legend making his way onto the list is Earth. The best pit player in Brawl and in Smash 4, Earth cemented his legacy in Smash 4 by taking names like Tweak, Ken, and Void, showing that he's truly out of this world. Finishing top 16 at events like Genesis and EVO, Earth's pit earned international recognition as a top threat, placing on the PGR 4 times with a peak at number 25 in the world. And like QB, who we recently talked about, Earth was also a playtester for Smash Ultimate, and as such does not compete either. But hopefully one day we will see the return of this legendary pit. The first of two of the world's best Ryus back-to-back, Ohio's Darkshad was able to break into the scene relatively quickly, going from an unknown Wi-Fi Shulk player to 41st on the PGR 100 in less than a year. Throughout his Smash 4 career, Darkshad had impressive finishings, placing top 8 at major events such as GTX, where he notably defeated both Zero and Nairo, and the Big House 8. His high ceiling netted him a peak at number 26 on the PGR, and with the release of Ultimate, he returned to his first Smash 4 main, Shulk. And he remains one of the best players in the Midwest. Finishing third on the most recent Ohio Power Rankings, Darkshad remains one of the best Shulk players in the nation, but is yet to make his national breakout. The next World Warrior on this list, originally hailing from Saskatchewan, it's none other than Locust. The highest Ryu here on the PGR 100, one spot above Darkshad, Locust funnily enough finished one spot below him on the PGR V2, where they were 44 and 45 respectively. With his highest result in the PGR being at number 22, Locust had wins on amazing players like Samsora, Mr. R, and Nairo, just to name a few. And he had amazing tournament finishes like 9th at Zero Saga and 7th at 2GC Civil War. In Ultimate, Locust now uses Terry Bogard as his main, formerly using Ken and Ryu in the game's early days, and remains one of the best players in Canada, finishing at 22nd on the Smash Canada Ultimate ranking. Number 39, we have Manny, aka Nightmare, aka Static Manny, aka Oni Hero, aka Spark, aka Static, another Brawl vet on the list. Manny's been a Sonic player from the get-go. Manny was an early presence in Smash 4, being credited as coining Diddy Kong's down throw up air combo, the hoo-ha, a term that stuck throughout the game's lifespan. Manny Sonic had many high-level wins like Tweak, The Buzz, and ESAM, and he made it on the PGR 4 times, with his highest rank being at number 23 on V4. In Ultimate, however, Manny's competitive story perhaps comes to a close, as on March 22nd, 2019, another top player called out Manny for his predatory behavior. With people coming forward with stories, the Central Florida tournament organizers decided to ban Manny from all CFL events until CFO 2019. However, Manny has since deleted his Twitter account, and if he plans to return to competition in the future is an unknown. Alright, time for a feel-good story. The next player on the list is a huge fan favorite, hailing from the Kanto region of Japan. Rhino is a Duck Hunt player who made waves in Smash 4 by beating top players like MK Leo, Larry Lur, and Tweak. Throughout his career, Rhino had very impressive finishes with Duck Hunt Dog, like his performance at CEO 2018 and EVO 2018, where he finished 5th and 7th respectively. The best Duck Hunt player in the world, Rhino finished his Smash 4 career as the 11th best player in Japan, and with 4 PGR appearances under his belt, with his highest peak coming at number 23 on V5. And in Ultimate, he continues his hot streak with Duck Hunt, and also plays a nice Banjo and Kazooie. He recently finished 8th on Japan player rankings and 20th on the PGRU Spring 2019 and 17th on the Fall 2019 edition. To top off his impressive resume, he has a pair of 5th place finishes at S-tier events EVO 2019 and EVO Japan 2020. One of the best falchion wielders in Smash 4. If you're in the know, it's no mystery, the next competitor on the list is Mr. E. A resident of New York, Mr. E was a top 3 player in the region and had wins on top players like Zero, Tweak, and Nairo. Another 4-time PGR finisher, his highest peak was at number 18 on the V2. Heading into Ultimate, he continues to wield the falchion with force, focusing more on Lucina, and while he has yet to reach the same highs as his impressive Smash 4 resume, he remains one of the scariest and most deadly Lucina players in the US, and remains ranked 3rd in his home region of New York. Another Brawl vet and another player from the state of New York, Vinny is the next player on this list. Consistently a top 5 player in his region, this Sheik Rosamate was one of the first players in the world to take a set off of Zero at PAX Prime 2015. A 5-time PGR finisher, Vinny's highest was at 18 on the V1. And moving into Ultimate, Vinny's been rather inactive, focusing most of his time on Fortnite instead. The best Japanese ZSS player in Smash 4, and the best ZSS in the world back in Brawl, Choco is the next player on this list. In the Wii U edition, Choco earned wins on The Buzz, Ken, and Larry Lur, and had some amazing tournament results, finishing 7th at EVO 2018 and 5th at EVO Japan 2018. A 4-time PGR finisher, peaking at 32, Choco was a legend internationally, rarely traveling outside of Japan. In fact, he was the first player to ever be PGR ranked without attending a single North American tournament on the PGR V3. Carrying on a streak of top-level ZSS play in the Ultimate, he finished 26th on the PGRU Fall 2019 and 13th on the Japanese player rankings. The fastest Sonic in America, Pennsylvania's 6WX is the next player on the list. 6 managed to finish 5th at Apex 2015, one of the first important Wii U events, a good start to his impressive career. PGR ranked on every single edition of the PGR, this man Sonic quickly made a name for himself, taking down titans like MKLeo, Tweak, and Nairo. And in Ultimate, 6 continues to play Sonic and has picked up Joker as well, and he continues to place well in his home region, but has yet to make a national breakout. Another player who is no stranger to PGR appearances, the best brawl armor in the world, Tokyo's Nietano, continued his dominance in Smash 4. With his deadly duo of Sheik and Diddy, Nietano managed to get wins on top players like Tweak, Ken, and Komura. On the final Japan Power Rankings, he finished 5th in the stacked country, and moving on to Ultimate, Nietano opts to play the combo-heavy Pichu, and continues his reputation as a top player, finishing at 14th on the most recent Japan Player Rankings, and 45th on the PGRU Spring 2019, and 27th more recently on the Fall edition of the PGRU. Coming straight out of Kanto, it is none other than the world's best Lucario, Su. Su made waves by taking a set off of Zero and delivering the Smash community one of the most entertaining grand finals ever at Frostbite 2017. Other notable names under his belt besides Zero include Tweak and Samsora. Su finished 12th on the final Japan Power Rankings and appeared on the PGR 4 times, peaking at number 26. In Ultimate, Su continues to play Lucario alongside Terry Bogard and holds many secondaries in his pockets. He continues to place well, finishing at 12th on the first Japan Player Rankings and at 44 on the PGRU Spring 2019. Coming out of Manhattan, Brawl's Snake Main and one of the best Smash 4 Diddy Kongs in the world, it is MVD. In the Wii U edition, MVD, aka the Barrel Technician, had a long and prolific career, starting it off with a bang, placing 7th at Apex 2015 and 5th at CO 2015. But it wasn't just a hot start he had, also finishing 5th at the Big House 7 and Genesis 5, and as recently as March 15th, 2020, winning CO Dreamland. With all of these high placings, MVD also has many top wins under his belt, including Nairo, Salem, and Tweak. Additionally, he's one of the very few players to be ranked on every edition of the PGR on Wii U, with his highest placing being at number 21 on V1. In Ultimate, MVD chose to return to his Brawl main and saw immediate success, winning Don't Park in the Grass 2018 and finishing at number 17 on the PGRU Spring 2019. One of the biggest Wi-Fi warriors to real success stories, Texas's Cosmos made a name for himself with Corrin. Considered the best Corrin in the world, Cosmos broke out at the Big House 7, beating Zero, Salem, and Void, taking home 3rd place at the very stacked event, and came back to win it all the next year at the Big House 8. Finishing on the PGR only 3 times, Cosmos was a little bit of a late bloomer, finishing at number 7 on the PGR V5. Other strong placings by him include 3rd at CEO 2018, 4th at SmashCon 2018, and 7th at Frostbite 2018. And in Ultimate, Cosmos retired the Corrin for Inkling and is now considered the best in the world with that character. Taking home top 8 finishes at Genesis 6, Frostbite 2019, and at Gumball 2019, he finished at 11th on the PGRU Spring 2019 and 23rd on the Fall 2019 edition. In addition, he is ranked 1st in Ohio, where he currently resides, and he busted out his old main Corrin one last time at Glitch 8 after going down 2-0 to the Buzz, and ended up reverse 3-0ing him, taking the set 3-2. 3rd all-time in SoCal, one of the best Rosalinas in the world, it is none other than Fallen. Another one of the few players to be PGR ranked on every single edition, Fallen took names on top players such as Zero, Ally, and Tweak. Finishing top 8 at many stacked 2DG events, Fallen was a top threat on the West Coast. However, moving into Ultimate, he's chosen to switch out the Rosalina and Luma for Robin, and at one point he even announced his retirement. And while he has since returned to competition, it's clear that he's fallen from grace. Another one of the world's best Rosalina players and the best in Japan, it's Kirihara. Taking impressive names such as Zero, MKLeo, and Ken, it's easy to see why this young man is up so high. With a 5th place finish at 2GCC Civil War, winning Frame Perfect Series 2 over Zero and Leo in addition to many high Japanese results, Kirihara had a very strong career. And in Ultimate, he is one of the few top Rosalina players to actually continue playing her in the new game, and for him, it's been paying off. Finishing 48th on the Fall 2019 PGRU with wins like Proto Panem, Ken, and T, and as well as finishing 29th on the most recent Japan player rankings, Hirahara has now earned the title of the best Rosalina in the world and Ult. The best Smash 4 Luigi in the world, as well as 5th all-time in SoCal, the next player on this list is Elegant. Earning wins on Salem, MKLeo, and Nairo, Elegant's skill is undeniable. Placing 2nd at the Stacked GTX 2017, 3rd at GTX 2018, 7th at SmashCon 2019, Elegant placed on the PGR 4 times, with his peak being at 11th on V4. In Ultimate, Elegant remains the best Luigi in the world and has beaten many high-level players like Light, Shuton, and Samsora. These impressive results have earned him a spot at number 3 in SoCal on their most recent PR, as well as at number 32 on the Fall 2019 edition of the PGRU. The best Mewtwo in the United States, with one of the strongest Robs as well. Wadi is a player who dominated over MDVA, taking first on their final power rankings and winning more than 28 tournaments in a row in his home region. More than just a local legend though, Wadi's taken sets off amazing players like Zero, Nairo, and Dabuz. Finishing 5th at 2GGC, MK Leo Saga, and Super Smash Con 2017, Wadi finished on the PGR 5 times, with his peak being at number 12 on the V4. Funnily enough, one spot above Elegant, who we just discussed. In Ultimate, Wadi Rob has put the Mewtwo to the side and focuses more on his robot, and has taken sets on players such as Samsora, Light, and Dabuz, earning him a spot at number 24 on the Spring 2019 and at number 20 on the Fall 2019 PGRs. One of my personal favorite players on the list, and one of the homies from Ontario, make no mistake, I'm talking about Tamim. One of the best players in Canada, and one of the best Bayonettas in the world, formerly playing Zero Suit Samus, Tamim managed to take wins on the top players like Zero, Tweak, and Nairo. Some of his best results include 4th place at EVO 2018 and SmashCon 2019, 3rd at Frostbite 2018, and 2nd at Genesis 5. And he earned himself a spot at number 6 in the world on the PGR V5. With the release of Ultimate, Tamim continues to play Bayonetta and managed to keep up some success, although he's not as dominant as he was back in Smash 4. With a 6th place finish on the most recent Ontario Power Rankings and finishing 8th on the Smash Canada Rankings. At the time of writing this video, almost a year has passed since Tamim announced he'd be retiring from the game due to his dissatisfaction with the community, and he was one of the first people to call out Manny, but thankfully he's returned to competition. Longtime Smash player, Brawl veteran Zenyou was one of the best Diddy Kongs in the world in more than one game. With the release of Smash 4, Zenyou continued his Diddy Kong legacy and dominated over his home state of Michigan, earning first place more than a handful of times. One of the best in the Midwest, Zenyou took down players like Salem, Nairo, and MK Leo and had impressive results like 2nd at CEO 2016 and 3rd at 2GGT Mexico Saga. Another one of the few Smash 4 players to make it onto every single edition of the list, Zenyou's best season was V2, where he finished 16th. In Ultimate, however, Zenyou plays Peach and Palutena and keeps Diddy Kong as a secondary. And while he is yet to make his PGRU debut, he remains first on the Michigan Ultimate Power Rankings. Consistently one of the best players out of Japan and the best Olimar in the Wii U edition of the game, Shuton is the next player on the list. Being players like Zero, Leo, and Ken, Shuton was on the PGR 4 times, with his all-time rank here being his highest. And while not seeing the most amazing overseas results, Shuton's tournament placings in Japan were stellar, winning many tournaments in his home region. Finishing at number 7 on the final Japan Power Rankings, he was historically up as high as 3rd in the country. In Ultimate, he holds the title of the best All-Around in the world and has leveled up immensely, winning EVO Japan 2020, the S-Tier event, 2GG Prime Saga, and many other tournaments in the Suma Buto series. Continuing his reign of terror, Shuton took down players like MK Leo, Nairo, and Zackray, and his amazing play netted him a spot at 4th on the most recent Japan player rankings, moving down from 1st on the first season. Additionally, he finished 5th on the PGRU Spring 2019 and 13th on the Fall 2019 edition. Also, he down air to Pikmin to recover, LMAO. The best Peach in the world in both Wii U and Ultimate, the next player on the list is no surprise. It's Louisiana's Samsora. Making a name for himself by beating amazing players like Zero, Tweak, and MK Leo, Samsora's Smash 4 Peach was nothing to scoff at, netting him a top 8 at many events in the US, earning him 5 PGR appearances, with his peak being at number 12 on V5. While his last Smash 4 PGR appearance was his highest, he kept his momentum rolling in the Ultimate, where he finished 4th on the PGRU Spring 2019 and 2nd on the Fall 2019 edition. Samsora's peach prowess has resulted in amazing showings like 3rd at Genesis 6 and Genesis 7, 4th at EVO 2019, and winning Shine 2019. He also notably defecated on Isam 10-1 in a $500 money match at Pound 2019. Undoubtedly the best villager player in Smash 4, Renai made his debut US appearance at Genesis 3, where he placed 3rd, making a name for himself on the world stage, taking down players like Nairo, Mars, and the Buzz in the process. Moving forward, Renai continued to place well both in Japan and the US, earning himself a spot at number 2 on the First Japan Power Rankings. As his career progressed, Renai had 3 other appearances on the JPR, and in addition he placed 9th on the PGR V1, as well as 2 other appearances, excluding the PGR 100, and never fell out of the top 20. Unfortunately, however, Renai's competitive career is at a pause, as he was one of the players who I discussed that was a playtester for Ultimate, and therefore does not compete in the game. Now for another controversial figure, it is none other than the EVO 2018 champion, Lima. Bayonetta main, hailing from Dallas, Texas, Lima had many notable names under his belt, including Buzz, Ken, and Isam. And while EVO 2018 was by far his best tournament, he had many other good results under his belt that earned him spots at number 19 on V5 and 24 on V4. As Ultimate's meta began to develop, Lima continued to play Bayonetta despite the nerfs and placed relatively well within his home state. On March 15th, however, Lima announced in a Twitlonger that he was going to retire due to how he is treated in the community, but nobody can truly quit Smash, and Lima returned shortly after in June of 2019. And these days is listed as inactive on the most recent Texas Power Ranking. Another player who I actually had the opportunity to meet, in Smash 4 he was the best Captain Falcon in the world, the clear number 1 of Georgia, and famously signed with Team Yummy Pepperoni. Fatality is the next player on the list. Another player who appeared on every edition of the PGR, Fatality's best season was V5, where he finished 14th. Perhaps his most noteworthy performance, Fatality finished 2nd at 2GC Civil War to the surprise and hype of many. Always a player to look out for, Fatality's flashy play earned him a 2GG saga named after him as well, where he finished 7th. With many top wins under his belt, including Zero, Nairo, and the Buzz, Fatality had an amazing Smash 4 career. And moving into Ultimate, Fatality remains a Falcon main as well as one of the best players in Georgia, recently being ranked 4th on their latest PR. But Fatality is more than just a local threat, finishing 48th on the Spring 2019 PGRU, with the Fall edition being the first time he's ever missed a ranking since the PGR's inception. Exploding onto the world stage by taking 2nd at EVO 2016, Kome's rise to international prominence was a very interesting one. The world's best Mega Man, Kome was a very strong player in his home region of Kanto, but was relatively unknown to most players in North America. And while his EVO 2016 result would stand as his best US tournament placing, Kome continued to fight strongly, taking down players like Zero, Salem, and MK Leo, earning him a spot at number 11 on the PGR V2, and every PGR thereafter. Ending his Smash 4 career at a respectable 9th on the Japanese Power Rankings, Kome moved on to Ultimate, where he continues to play Mega Man at the highest level, being one of only 5 players to be positive on MK Leo. Additionally, Kome picked up Wario as well, earning him a spot at 19th and 11th on the Spring and Fall editions of the PGRU respectively, in addition to his top spots in Japan at 3rd and 2nd on their first 2 Power Rankings. A top player in every Smash game besides 64, if you had to describe Isam in one word, it would be bald. The best Pikachu in the world in Smash 4, Isam's tournament placings were very consistent, placing top 8 at many high-level events, including EVO 2015, CEO 2015, Genesis 5, and the Big House 8. Isam earned a 2GG saga named after him due to his level of play, and Isam is another player who has appeared on every installment of the PGR in Smash 4, with his highest appearance being at number 14 on V1, and he continues the streak in Ultimate, where he finished 16th and 14th on the first 2 PGRs, and is currently ranked 1st in Oklahoma. The Prince of New England and one of the most exciting players in the game is none other than Mars. Back in Smash 4, Mars was one of the best Series of Samus players in the world, taking down big names like Zero, Salem, and Nairo, and placing top 8 at many important tournaments like CEO 2017, the Big House 6 and 7, and of course 2GGC Civil War. In Ultimate, Mars has cemented himself as the best Zero Suit Samus in the world, winning Genesis 7 and placing 3rd on the Spring edition of the PGRU, and 5th on the Fall 2019 edition. As Mars continues to fight, he remains one of the most exciting players in the game, and there's not much more I need to say about this guy. Another top Bayo, another controversial player. Louisiana's Captain Zack was one of the best Bayonettas in the world, taking sets off many top players like Nairo, Leo, and Buzz throughout his career. Zack made 5 PGR appearances, placing in the top 10 twice. Known for his recreation of Bayonetta's dances, Zack's passion for the character led him to many high tournament results, including CO 2018, Civil War, Genesis 4, and his infamous grand final set with Lima at EVO 2018. Moving into Ultimate, however, Zack's career trajectory changed dramatically when a controversial situation, to say the least, involving match fixing, a questionable relationship with another top player, who we'll get to later, came to light just after 2019. While Zack started out his Ultimate career strong, placing 32 on the Spring edition of the PGRU, due to the aforementioned incident, he was banned from competing at SmashCon 2019 and banned from all 2GG events. And since this issue came to light, Zack has not entered an in-person tournament since, but recently entered the Soaked Series Invitational, an online tournament. One of the best Brawl Meta Knights, and in Smash 4, one of the best Marios in the world, Anti played a plethora of characters and would counterpick his opponents frequently. Notably taking down Zero at the Big House 5, he would go on to place 4th at the event and keep good momentum into the following months, winning CO 2016 after one of the most memorable top 8 entrances ever, 7th at Gommel 2016, and finishing 2nd at the Big House 6, and has one of the most entertaining Twitters in the Smash community. With the release of Ultimate, Anti continues to play Mario, but has also prioritized Snake as his main, and while he doesn't attend as many tournaments as he used to in Smash 4, when he does, he usually places very well, coming top 32 at events like EVO Japan, Let's Make Big Moves, and Gommel 2019. Another one of my personal favorite players, and another Brawl veteran, the best Smash 4 Mewtwo, it's Abadango. Playing many characters at a high level, including Meta Knight, Bayonetta, Wario, and Pac-Man, Abadango was one of the most exciting players to watch throughout Smash 4. Consistently a top 3 player in Japan, Abadango finished 1st on the country's final power ranking, in addition to placing in every edition of the PGR, a streak he continues to this day in Ultimate. Abadango plays very well both in Japan and in the US, placing top 8 at Apex 2015, the Big House 7, CEO 2016, EVO 2016, and finally winning Pound 2016, where he took down Ally, Void, and Mars in the process. Abadango's play earned him a 2GG saga as well, where he finished 13th. In Ultimate, Abadango gravitated towards Inkling early on, but has since returned to his Brawl main of Wario, in addition to keeping a Palutena and Meta Knight nearby. In addition to his 2 PGRU appearances at number 40 in the Spring and number 24 on the Fall edition, Abadango remains a top 10 player in Japan, placing 10th and 7th in the first 2 rankings in the country. Komura Kiri was a player known for his Sonic and Cloud, being one of the best in the world with both characters. Throughout his career, he was PGR ranked every season, finishing in the top 10 on V5 and V3, and at his lowest, he was 16th in the world. A pinnacle of consistency, Kome was ranked 1st, 2nd, and 2nd on the Japan Power Rankings throughout the first 3 seasons. This man was one of the best doubles players in the world as well, teaming with Renai to form Kome Renai, one of my personal favorite doubles teams, as well as teaming with many other top players to oftentimes win doubles over many greats. Moving into Ultimate, Kome has shifted most of his focus to his education, but still competes exclusively at Sumabudo events with Chrom and Joker as his mains, which was enough to earn him a spot at number 34 on the first Japan player rankings for Ultimate. A fan favorite and one of the most technical and combo-heavy players in Smash 4, Void's Sheik was a thing of beauty. More than just a fun player to watch, Void was always one of the best in the game, consistently placing top 10 on the PGR, only going as low as 13th. One of SoCal's finest, Void was ranked 2nd all-time in region, only being below number 8 on this list. Some of Void's finest placings include 4th at Genesis 3, winning Glitch, 4th at EVO 2016, and 5th at the Big House 6. In Ultimate, Void started his journey by picking up Pichu due to his heavy combo game and flashy execution, in response to his former main Sheik being nerfed. The switch paid off for Void as he placed 9th on the PGRU Spring 2019, with results like 2nd at Genesis 6 and 5th at Heart of Battle. However, Void has recently switched back to main Sheik as she earned some buffs, and while he was only ranked 38 on the Fall 2019 edition, he's been making some flashy plays, and he's been doing very well recently, so he's sure to bounce back to the top. The man who trended on Twitter for his interesting cereal choices, and the best player in Europe, hailing from the Netherlands, Mr. R makes his way onto the list. At his best, Mr. R was a top 5 player in the world and was PGR ranked on every edition, a streak he also continues to this day, placing 3rd at Apex 2015, 2nd at EVO 2015, 4th at Genesis 4, and 2nd at Royal Flush. Mr. R has an incredible resume. Notably, Mr. R has been credited as one of the players to quote-unquote discover MKLeo, giving the young Mexican international recognition. With the shift into Ultimate, like Void, Mr. R dropped Sheik, opening the doors for him to pick up newcomer, Chromp. And while not quite at the incredible level he was at in Smash 4, Mr. R remains a top 50 player in the world, finishing at 36 and 44 on the Spring and Fall 2019 PGRUs. Next up, we got Ken, the best Sonic in the world and the highest placing Japanese player here on the PGR 100. While only being ranked top 10 on one edition of the PGR, Ken's amazing results on his home turf net him this impressive result. Finishing 2nd on the final Japan Power Rankings, he was a consistent top 8 finisher. Ken impressively managed to face 5th at CEO 2017, EVO 2017, and EVO Japan 2018. This, combined with wins on countless top players and a dominant stretch from February 2016 to January 2018 where he was the #1 player in Japan, proves his strength. In Ultimate, Ken remains as the best Sonic player in the world, and despite a slow start in the new game, going unranked on the Spring PGRU, and ranking 22nd on Japan's first ranking, by far his lowest result in the country, he has since bounced back, placing 3rd on the most recent Japanese PR, as well as returning to the PGRU on the Fall 2019 edition, finishing at number 16. Additionally, he is another one of only 5 players in the world to boast a positive record on MKLeo. The #1 Smash 4 player in SoCal all time, and the best Fox player in the world in Smash 4, Larry Lure is the next player we're going to be talking about here. Formerly known as Does Everybody Hate Falco, Larry's always been at the highest level of play. He was a top 10 player on every season of the PGR except for V5. Earning placements like 4th at CEO 2015, 5th at Shine 2016, and 3rd at EVO 2017, he was a consistent top finisher all throughout Smash 4's lifespan. In Ultimate, Larry traded in one space animal for another, switching from Fox to Wolf, keeping up with his pattern as he played Falco in Melee and in Brawl. While Larry continues to see success in SoCal, earning 2nd on their most recent power rankings, he's yet to make an appearance on the PGRU, but knowing his skill, it would not be surprising to see him bounce back sometime soon. A man of many characters who started his Smash 4 career with Bowser Jr., Tweek is a player with some of the strongest fundamentals in the game. While Tweek managed to get solid results with Bowser Jr. and solidify himself as the best in the world with that character, it was when Cloud was released that he really cemented himself as a top threat in the world. Tweek was never ranked lower than 17th on the PGR and was ranked on every single version. On the V5, he was ranked 2nd in the world, and he carried that momentum into Ultimate. In Smash 4, he achieved 4th at EVO 2017, 2nd at Shine 2017, CEO 2018, and Frostbite 2018. Along with his Cloud, Tweek also kept a Bayonetta and a Donkey Kong on deck when he needed, and his pockets run even deeper in Ultimate. Early on in Ultimate, Tweek cemented himself as one of the best very early on, taking 2nd on the PGRU Spring 2019 and 3rd on the Fall 2019. And as for his characters, Tweek shows high levels of skill with pretty much the entire cast, but most frequently uses Wario, Pokemon Trainer, and Wolf to earn him amazing results like 2nd at EVO 2019 and 1st at Gommel 2019. Salem is a player who I've had to do years of research on to write about. Starting his Smash 4 career with Sheik and Zersuit Samus, who happened to be his Brawl main, Salem had a slow start to his Smash 4 career, despite being a top Brawl player, even winning an Apex. However, Salem's luck changed when Bayonetta was released, as he quickly learned the character, and he went from being unranked on the PGR-V1 to 13th on V2. After this, Salem would at one point become the 2nd best on the world on V4 before falling to 5th on V5. Salem infamously took EVO 2017 over Zero after 2 Game 5 sets, taking down other top players like Ken and Tweek on this impressive run. He also notably placed 3rd at Genesis 5 and 1st at Shine 2018 to stack his resume. Like a significant portion of Bayonetta players from Smash 4, Salem quickly dropped the Witch in Ultimate and messed around with a ton of characters including Link, Shulk, Zersuit, and Peach, but now focuses most of his time on Hero and Snake. being one of the top players in the world with both characters. And while he's no longer a top 10 player, Salem's skill is undeniable, earning him a spot at number 22 on the Spring 2019 PGRU and at number 30 on the Fall 2019 edition. The best Smash 4 and Brawl player from Canada, Ally. The best Mario player in the world has had a roller coaster of a career. Earning a spot at number 6 on the first PGR was an impressive feat in itself, but Ally outdid himself going into the second season where he took number 2 to 0. After proving himself a worthy rival for the Chilean Titan, the rivalry between him and Zero was debatably the peak of Smash 4, with the tournament 2GGC Civil War, the most exciting and stacked Smash 4 event of all time, being hosted in its celebration. Winning EVO 2016 was probably his most impressive tournament result, but other impressive results include a 2nd place at Genesis 4 and 7th at the Big House 7. However, Ally started to slow down, falling out of the top 10 for the first time on V4, earning 14th, and even lower on V5 at 33rd. However, with Ultimate's release, the former best snake in the world rose up once again, earning 6th on the PGRU Spring Edition, the same result as his first Smash 4 PGR. But due to a controversial incident mentioned before, Ally decided to retire, and some people in the community even called for a lifetime ban. In January 2020, Montreal Gaming Center announced that Ally would be attending one of their locals, a message received with much controversy. Since this tournament, Ally has stated in an interview with EE that he plans on continuing to compete locally, but doubts a return to international play. But as of recently, he did compete in a few Wi-Fi tournaments, such as the aforementioned Soaked Series, where Captain Zack also happened to play. Another player who is the absolute definition of consistency. Hands down the best Rosalina player in the world, the Buzz managed to come out the winner of stacked events like 2GGC Civil War, the Big House 7, and Frostbite 2018, just to name a few. Known for his precise and patient playstyle, throughout his career, DeBuzz was top 10 on every single iteration of the PGR, with his lowest being at number 6 on V4. In Ultimate, DeBuzz continues to play Rosalina from time to time, but returns to his Brawl main of Olimar. DeBuzz is still keeping up with his reputation of being consistent, having yet to fall from the top 10 still, and earned spots at number 7 on the Spring 2019 and 9 on the Fall 2019 editions of the PGRU. And while yet to win a tournament as big as Civil War in the Switch edition, he's put up solid results like Genesis 6, getting 4th, Shine 2019, where he earned 5th, and at the Big House 9, where he earned 2nd. MK Leo, the best player from Mexico. Gaining international attention by beating Mr. R at Smash Factor 4, Leo quickly rose to dominance. Taking 19th on the PGR V1, he quickly entered the top 10 in the following season and has yet to leave. Taking first place on the PGR V5, Leo assumed the role of Smash 4's king after Zero retired. A man of many characters as well, Leo rose to fame with Meta Knight, but rose to the throne with fellow sorties Marth, Cloud, and Lucina. Another player who earned a 2GG saga named after him, Leo was close to breaking the curse, taking home 3rd place at the event. Some of his other impressive results include winning CEO 2018, Genesis 5, and EVO Japan 2018. In Ultimate, Leo continues his reign at the top, starting the newest game with Ike and Lucina among others. He quickly gravitated to DLC Fighter Joker and has looked almost untouchable, taking spot number 1 on both the Spring and Fall 2019 PGRUs, not once placing below 2nd at a tournament during the Fall 2019 season. The man to end Zero's 56 tournament win streak at the MLG World Finals in 2015. Since the game's release, Nairo has been a fan favorite, amassing a huge following on Twitch. A high-level player who plays many characters, Nairo started the game with Dark Pit and Robin, but stuck with Zero Suit Samus as his main throughout most of the game's duration, also claiming the title of the best Zero Suit in the world. Nairo is another player who had a 2GG saga named in his honor, where he placed 4th, and other notable results for this man include winning SmashCon 2016, 3rd at Frostbite 2017, and 1st at SmashCon 2017. Throughout all of the PGR seasons, Nairo's lowest placing ever was 4th on V5. And in Ultimate, Nairo now mains Palutena, and he keeps up his streak of being one of the best in the world, falling for the first time ever out of the top 5, finishing 8th on the PGRU Spring 2019, but then quickly bouncing back, taking 4th on the Fall 2019 edition. The undisputed greatest of all time, the man who went on a 56 tournament long winning streak and champion of countless major events, the only player to ever win an EVO without dropping a game. What more is there to say about Zero? The best Diddy Kong player in the world, a man who overcame so much adversity in his life, Zero was ranked number 1 on every single edition of the PGR for seasons that he competed in. After his retirement, Leo became number 1, but it was still very clear to everybody that Zero was by far the greatest Smash 4 player to ever pick up a controller. Since his retirement, Zero now focuses most of his time on content creation and has a YouTube channel where he has over 1 million subscribers. But he still attends events from time to time, attending Smash Summit, and during the COVID-19 pandemic, he announced that he'd be entering a few Wi-Fi tournaments, like the Box hosted by Hungrybox and Le'Veon Bell, Pound Online, and the Quarantine Series, where he finished 33rd out of over 5,000 entrants. If you've made it all the way here, I want to thank you so much for watching. Even if you just skimmed through and looked at the players that you found interesting, I just want to say thanks for taking time out of your day and giving this little video a watch. This video took a lot of time for me to write, do the research on, edit, and compile clips for, so I hope you learned something new. I want to give a special thanks to Jetty for providing me with information about some of the Japanese players that I couldn't find on my own. Be sure to give him a follow on Twitter. And thank you to SH specifically for letting me know who he plays in this game, as I couldn't find that information anywhere. Thank you to SSB Wiki as well for hosting a lot of the information that I used to make this video. If you're dying to know more about some of your favorite players, I encourage you to check that website out. And one final thank you to the boys over at Gator Gaming for giving me a lot of the emotional support when working on this video. So be sure to give them a follow as well. They're my org and they're awesome. So if you're in Smash, you should definitely sauce them a follow. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be back on that YouTube grind. New uploads starting probably next week. So be sure to toss me a subscribe if you're feeling like it. Take care. Cheers.